money. Idra, of course, feeling pretty comfortable in his main and Nat, as he had such damage done to it that he hasn't even gotten the chance to mine much from there. And there's the stim. Idra needs to be very careful. He does end up losing one Mutalisk, but I mean, I almost think Idra has as many Mutalisks as Select has units.
Yeah, no, he has got an awful lot, much different from the last game that we saw, where his mute account was just killed, and here he comes out. The Marines are going to try to chase it. If he moves the Banelings in, here it goes. They're going to quickly run back in. I think the Zerglings were spotted, and there are the Banes.
Oh, and there's the siege mode, and it looks like Select with some very nice control there, but unfortunately losing those medevacs, continuing to try to push forward. Select being very bold with his units, relying on that control. The Thor is out, and I really think that if Select doesn't push and win here, that is game.
Yeah, he's put missile turrets down, and now he will get his expansion down. Is that off by one?
Yeah, he did manner himself there with that missile
did.
turret, so he's going to have to do a little bit of long-range mining. There is the Mutalisk trying to dart in. Oh, a free siege tank gets one-shotted by that pack of 22 Mutalisks. Also doing huge damage to this factory. Idra controlling them very, very well, continuing to cluster. And Idra doing a very good job of joining up the bottom left and his expansions with his creep highway.
Yeah, there he's going to finally take that out, landed appropriately, and continue to do more Zerglings, more Banelings, more Mutas adding to the mix, and get a real nice army. As you mentioned before, they're they're about as many Mutas as there are Marines here. A few extra, of course, the Thor as well, but don't forget that he was given the free siege tank, so he's really in a great position.
I think Idra might go in for the kill right now. We see a lot of Zerglings rolling up to that bottom area. Idra up at 140 food and Select down at 72, and there is the move in with the magic boxes to annihilate the Thor very, very convincingly.
Yeah, and with literally there are 30 minerals left in this main. He does now have everything transferred over to the expansion, with the exception of the one guy who's like, got to get that 30 minerals left. Got to get everything that you can. He'll move over here, easily take out this missile turret, and probably annihilate all these SCVs. No, he does pull out. He's just trying to move around the army. More missile turrets being thrown down, and that's a lot of money being spent on that defense.
Yeah, and notice the tanks cannot kill Zerglings in one shot because they do have that +1 armor upgrade, +2 armor going down. For Idra right now, he's getting his hive, and you know, this is going to be a pretty nice feeling for Idra going into Game 3, as I do think he will win this game. In Game 3, he has won a long game where Select has been battling uphill the whole time.
And here he goes, takes out one missile turret, actually cannot take the second one out, so does take some damage. You don't think he wanted to take more Banelings coming in, and a ton of Zerglings as well. He'll just continue to hit with these mutas. I'm not sure at what point he's actually going to decide to commit to an attack with this large force that he's got right down here, consisting of several Zerglings and a ton of Banelings. Don't forget the gold is also very healthy right now for Idra, and now he's going to just work at those rocks. If he takes those out, he's also doing some bouncing shots here. Another Thor does come out. Smartly moves those mutas away.
That could have been some huge damage with that Thor. 2 factories out right now for Select, but I really think he's at a little bit of a loss. I mean, this is just so many units from EGIdra that I don't think the DignitasSeleCT will be able to handle this pressure much longer. Going to send a medevac out through this huge expanse of space to the bottom left, but Idra moving in for the final kill.
And here we go, Zerglings in, Banelings as well. Marines will split, but they will all get taken out. Plenty of Banelings left. Thor is down as well. See nothing but a GG in the future. Look at SCVs get destroyed, and there it is. We're tied 1-1, and it all comes down to this game.
Now, the most important thing to note is that Idra is very much so used to winning that Game 1. Wearing himself out, trying to pull the victory.
I'm very excited to see what is happening, and just more so the fact that one of these players is going to get eliminated. Of course, I'm never excited when a player gets eliminated, but in the terms of the storytelling that each of these tournaments brings to us, you know, you can look back at each one and you can sort of see the story that it tells. Last time, of course, we told the amazing story of Select going through the losers bracket, winning 13 matches in a row. There's no doubt that this is a story within itself. First place and second place of the last competition from the MLG Starcraft 2 tournament are here facing one another, and one of them will go out as they are tied 1-1, and we go to the third and final map, Delta Quadrant.
Give a cheer for EGIdra if you want last champion to pull through in the losers bracket. And of course, give a cheer for Select if you want him to get revenge here in this final map. And oh, Select is in an, I would say, a little bit of a funky position in relation to his opponent. Select in the bottom left as the red higher-seeded Terran, in the top left EGIdra as the blue lower-seeded Zerg. And this is weird because it's very close by ground. Look at how easily that the Terran can just march directly to Idra's base. But of course, if Select ever wants this backdoor natural, it is so easy to hit with Mutalisks from Idra's base.
Right, and it's actually a role reversal from what we often see on Lost Temple, where in this particular position, if the mutas do decide to come out, that makes it a real quick flight time. That's the shortest flight you're going to get.
Absolutely. It looks like Select doing the usual, throwing down at the supply depot and sending out an extremely fast SCV. Will he send it to the right or to the left? Oh, it looks like he's going to be taking the long path to Idra's base. He is scouting the bottom right first. Very early SCV scout. We'll see if there's going to be some sort of Makarax coming up, perhaps.
Well, perhaps. We've got the Overlord from Idra going out the opposite direction, but it probably means that when he gets a scouting drone out, he'll go down to the lower 7 o'clock position on the map. Just droning up right now at 14 now. And take a look at the production tab. The barracks is going down inside the base at the ramp of the Terran. And let's find out, is he going to go? He's still on 14.
Oh, we don't see any sign of a refinery going down. We saw that Select had a lot of success with the double racks in his base last game. Might be going for that again. Looks like he is thinking about it. Almost did it. Ended up sending it back at the last second. That is why he's building the barracks at the gold edge, and it looks like Idra did not even see that SCV scouting, and he is chilling at the front of his own base. And after he did a very early expansion, Select might win with this double racks push.
Yep, we'll have to see. That's a really short distance over there. I mean, I can actually see both the hatch and the racks on the screen. If I just inch it over a little bit, that's not that far.
Yeah, that is an awfully close distance. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I am a big fan of Stacraft. I'm getting the adrenaline. I'm getting nervous right now because this is such a tense situation, knowing that both players are on the verge of elimination. This might be a sign to Idra, as he does see that there is one Marine at the ramp going to try to pick off this drone. Oh no, and he reveals the SCVs, so Idra knows that there is at the very least some early push coming. The Overlord hatches. Will he end up getting those Zerglings there in time?
Well, he just got the pool popped. He's going to go ahead and have to produce at least as many Zerglings as he has larvae, so that means 4 Zerglings coming out. A spine crawler is also going down somewhere just at the lip of the base, and here we've got the bunker.
Oh, it looks like he did manage to throw down the 2 bunkers. I don't know if units can slip through there. They can slip through. It looks like Select canceled and rearranged, so he has currently walled EGIdra in and has Marines there at the front of the base. Idra could get eliminated by cheese in the loser's bracket.
And here we go. The Marines were starting to work on that hatchery, but they will back off. He's going to rally these Zerglings over here to make sure that he's not just throwing away units. He's got a couple drones, a few Zerglings up at the front. No one is in the bunker yet, but here comes one Marine marching in. Those Zerglings will get taken out, really trying to micro them against the Marines. He will take out that SCV right next to the hatchery. Queen does pop.
Queen pops out, and that is going to be a huge help. Oh no, Select getting very disorganized at this point in time, trying to run into this front area, and here come the Zerglings. Wow. He is repairing from the backside. He needs to make sure that those SCVs stay alive, and it looks like he is going to continue defending, and he now almost has as many Marines as he does bunkers at the front of the base. Yeah. And he is trying to swing them around. This is the key defensive position. Meanwhile, back in Select's base, he's continuing to make extra, and there's the good game! Idra eliminated from the tournament. Select has got to be feeling good right now.
Wow. I don't even really know what to say. That was pretty amazing. Had a plan to go there. You know, if you recall back at MLG DC, one of the things that Select said is that he didn't really have much practice versus Zerg.
Absolutely.
Again,
and look at the cheers for Select as he assigns the official forms. People delighted about that. And, you know, I am going to take a look at that game again. I think Idra was just so shocked when those Marines swung over and those 3 SCVs moved back in again. I'm taking yet another look at this game. It was really this moment when Idra went up the ramp. I want to take a look at that APM. He goes up and he sees all the drones. And let's see if his APM spikes or whether it stays. No, yep, there's some big spiking going on. My goodness, you can see the adrenaline surge right there. He was trying to build a spine crawler, but this was a very, very risky maneuver to take this early hatchery.
Yeah, and you know, of course, Huck is still in the tournament, but with the way things are going, we may actually end up having 3 different MLG events with 3 different champions. We don't, of course, want to count Huck out. He is still in the competition, but considering the amount of great players that are still left in here, some of the players that Idra mentioned, some of the players that we have seen perform very, very well, you know, that would be an amazing thing. It really, you know, we all have our favorites. We all want to see the champions repeat what they're doing, but at the end of the day, it means that we have such a healthy pool of competition when we have these shifting championship battles going back and forth. But for those of you that may have been looking forward to Idra in the finals once again, his road unfortunately has ended for MLG Dallas.
That is an amazing, amazing result, and we can see now a little ways before that final GG why Idra ended up leaving, because in his main he did not build the queen, he built it outside here. The spine crawler could literally do nothing, and once this queen got a little ways off the creep, that queen was bound to fall very shortly. This expansion was bound to fall, and Idra would be left as a queenless, droneless Zerg. So extremely well executed final cheese by Select.
And, you know, at the end of the day, we often make the comments that you got to play to win. That was Select playing to win. He moves on. He stays alive. Idra is out of the tournament. Some crazy results. A lot more crazy results coming soon. I'm DJ Wheat.
I'm Day 9.
And when we return, we'll have more action from MLG Dallas, the 2010 National Championships for StarCraft 2. Don't go away.